Okay, like I said, there's a little black spot on there on that screen. That's right where it's shorted out, actually. That's a hole. It kind of burned out. So I decided to put a whole sheet in between the two plates of the plastic screen material so that it can't short out ever again. Now, if you're using stainless steel plates, it might be a little different, but I think I'm going to go with that from now on, um, because then you're sure it's never going to short out. But this is actually the screen that was used in uh, the water, so that it's perfectly clean yet. It's nice and clean, so it's not rusting at all. It's not corroding, if you will, at all. So I just put it together like this. Now I did end up super gluing the two side pieces of screen there to just make it a little easier to install and make sure that they don't fall out. Um, but it's basically just putting it together, same way it was before, nothing fancy. Um, you have the two welding rods sticking out at the one end, which will be our connection to the DC voltage, and just put it back together. There is no big science in here. There's no big um, situation that anybody couldn't possibly put together themselves. Real simple design. This thing works though. Now I did open up the sides of it a little bit by pressing on it with the screws, and I think that'll help some of the oxygen come out. And there really isn't anything to it. That you can see the screen is insulated from each other, one plate from the other. They're not touching, and that's an absolute must whenever you put yours together here. I apologize for the camera. It doesn't focus very well. Now I decided to drill a bunch of holes and let more oxygen out. I think that'll work a little better. So I drilled a whole bunch of holes. There's a couple up at the top so that I can use them for anchoring my rope to drop it down in the well then. But this will allow some more um, oxygen to come out through the sides as well as through the top. Little connection, I had to put stainless to copper, so I needed something that I could use to attach the two different ones. You can't solder the wires to stainless, so you have to use some sort of a connector. And then, of course, we're going to have to waterproof it, and that's a big issue. You don't want copper in your well, so you have to waterproof it good. Now, there's a top cover for the top of my unit there so that no rust particles from the side of the well, because it's a metal pipe, um, can get down in there and short it out. I just wanted to make sure that nothing gets in there um, and shorts that out, because you'll have your project won't work. You might burn up the wires, you might burn up your power supply. Okay, I just used a little super glue on there. And of course, you can't see it because my autofocus doesn't work, but um, just super glued it in place just to keep it in place. I don't think that's going to harm anything. All right, check out my other videos.